Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, we're going to be talking about part 3 of crypto information and explanations on how these DAOs work. Hopefully, you saw part 1 and part 2 to give you an idea that this can be done. Maybe it's not a Ponzi scheme, maybe it's not a scam, but it's up to you to determine and do your own due diligence and research. And welcome to Foci Optics. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it.
Yeah, it has to be a scam somehow. That's the other thing I was trying to think. But then when you look at it, objectively, it's backed by assets. It's completely transparent. It has regular third-party auditing. The team is locked in and incentivized to stay in for years. It's revenue generating, which is just nuts. It is tracking to become the DeFi reserve currency. Now, here's the other thing, which sort of alarms me to begin with, but I think it actually makes sense. There's several phases. At the moment, we're in the issuance phase. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to give out these big APYs to get the market cap going, get the treasury filled up to the brim, and eventually we're going to enter the stability phase. So as it says here, price will shrink during the stability phase because there's a big premium on the price at the moment. But stakers will be protected as the supply and yield will rebase accordingly, thus maintaining purchasing power. That's the thing. You're only going to be diluted away if you buy OHM and don't stake it. If you buy OHM, because there's so much, there's OHM being generated every day, you're going to be diluted. So if you stake it, you've basically secured your little chunk of that market cap. This is the exact opposite of a Ponzi scheme. You get massively diluted to zero. With this, you don't, no matter what the price does. And so here's a different perspective. Most people, if they came around a FTSE 100 FTSE 100 company or an S&P 500 company that was worth over $3.5 billion and growing, had over $600 million in the treasury, made $16 million per day, in a booming niche, in a huge sector, in an exploding industry, and shared every single thing. So by the way, the daily revenue, 90% of that goes to stakers. So whatever 90% of $16 million a day is, it goes to the stakers. That's why we've got such a high yield. Everything's open. You would invest in it, wouldn't you? If this was on like BBC of this big old company doing this, everyone would flock to it. But because it's like a crypto, everyone's scared. Now, you have to understand the difference between Ponzi schemes and greater fool's games, okay? So a Ponzi scheme is everything we just talked about. It's fraudulent, liquid, pyramid-like, maybe, sometimes. There's lots of dodgy MLMs out there as well. So OneCoin, BitConnect, all these I've exposed over the years. Now, that's not good. Everything else is a greater fool's game. So buying shares in BP, that's a greater fool's game, because you're buying BP shares now, and that you're hoping that you can sell it at a higher price to some sucker down the line. That's basically what investing is. You're hoping you buy low, hoping you sell. Well, when you sell, there's always someone else on the other side of that trade. You're hoping you can sell your shares to someone at a later date at a worse price than you. So greater fool's games are completely legal, liquid. It's normally a real product of some sort. But yeah, so that's Bitcoin, stocks, property, commodities, bonds, literally everything on the planet, gold and silver. I'm still trying to sell half of my silver. So here's the other thing. I've sold half of my silver, and I'm stuck. I can't sell the remaining chunk of my silver, which is really annoying. So yes, I've made a profit, but it has a really thin secondary market. which is shit. Like, why would you own gold and silver when you, yes, in theory you're making profit, but if you can't sell it, that means there's no market. Whereas with crypto, you can sell pretty much anything straight away. So I've been a massive gold and silver fan. I mean, I used to be a bullion dealer. I mean, that's how much I love gold and silver, but it's pointless. It's pointless owning gold and silver these days. So in a nutshell, when I saw this, so here's the story. There was about a week or maybe a 2-week period where probably 20 of my students said, hey, Siam, or people that on Facebook said, hey, what do you think of this, Siam? And every single time, for the first week, I was like, scam. I'd look at the APY, 8,000%. I'm like, just wasting my time with this bullshit. Scam, scam, scam. And then eventually, some of my, my students, URT members, started sending this to me. I think Chris Drake, one of my buddies, is not here today, but when he sent it, I was like, oh, okay. Right, I'm going to put some time in here, and I'm going to prove everyone freaking wrong. That this is a scam, like OneCoin and BitConnect. And then after 70 hours of obsessive research, I gave up. I was literally just spending 3 to 6, 7 hours a day, every day for 2 weeks, just trying to prove this stupid thing wrong. And I couldn't. It's literally, I have a really good bullshit detector, and I couldn't prove it wrong. Now, I really am denied about sharing this, but I think most of you here already know because you see my videos. So I started this, I did all that hard research was before the 3rd of October. And so I started small, like you would. I put a little bit of money in just to see how it went. And I've been tracking everything. Every single night at like midnight or just before, I log everything religiously. Because I thought, right, seems too good to be true still, but let's give it a go. So I've logged the daily earnings of the cash flow, because remember, you're getting cash flow here. You're getting cash flow every single day because you're getting more ohm. So first day, I made 5. I was like, not bad for a day's work. Let's see what it is tomorrow. The price went up. Price literally doubled straight away. I was like, ah, sweet. So as the price goes up, my cash flow goes up as well. Pretty cool. And it started hovering around here. And then eventually, I think around here, Ellie's birthday, I put more money in. And it started growing. And I thought, right. And by the way, it's been like best part of a month worth of research. I was like, I'm all in. And then since then, it's just been nuts. Because I took things seriously from 13th of October, basically went head first. And the daily yield, I sort of screwed myself, because I was doing my slides. If I'd waited another couple of hours, I would have got the extra rebase in. So it was actually over 15 last night if I did an accurate thing. But I had barely any of my slides done, so I was like, just take a screenshot. And so the crazy thing is, since the 3rd of October, it's chucked out worth of cash flow, which is just insane, right? But the craziest thing, because since going basically all in around here, in the last 7 days, I've made 100 cash flow. And it's increasing. As the price grows, so there's this. So if the best case scenario, price doubles from now, well then I'll hopefully be earning £3,000 a day. But we'll see. All I need this to do is to last till Christmas. We're in boom season with crypto right now. November is always the crazy month, as in upwards month. I like to call this Ohm-tober. So if we last till Christmas time, I would have doubled my whole portfolio in terms of Ohm anyway. So that's pretty cool. And so here's a screenshot as of last night. No, probably the day before. So what I've done is I borrowed, over the last, 6 months or so, I've borrowed a whole bunch of money, because remember, money, or a loan is nominal. If you owe someone 100 grand, you owe them 100 grand, right? Regardless whether you're earning £10 an hour or 100 quid an hour. And so I'm doing a little capital arbitrage play here. And so I've given up trying to do this, because as I keep adding more in, I can't figure out what my cost basis is without spending a few hours. But yeah, this is growing, and so too is the daily cash flow. So what this means is that I can pay off all of my debts in a very short period of time, and I'm hoping by Christmas I pay off everything, everything. I don't want to owe anyone a penny. And then I'll still have the capital intact. So if I'm earning, say, 10, 20 grand a day, I can pay off, say, 100 grand loan in 10 days. So I'll just save up for 10 days and pay off a debt. Save up for 10 days, pay off. But obviously everything is relative. Everyone has different digits and zeros, right? So Don't look at this and go, oh my God. Like if you have 5,000, sorry, I'm going to dox you here, Ellie. We put some of it, Ellie's whole crypto pot into Ohm, I don't know, a week ago? So we put, what, $11,000 in, something like that, and Ellie's making £3,000 per month. Or is it £120 a day, is that? Something like that? Has it gone up? Checking you out. So Ellie's basically just got another job just by putting $11,000 in, as in another job's worth of income. So this is my plan, get to a level where I can draw some daily profits without hurting the principal, pay off all the debts, and then once I've paid off all debts, I can then start doing personal projects like setting up my school. My school needs 30 grand a month of OPEX, operational expenditure. And that, yeah, I got hit for 6 in 2020, 2021 with some of the businesses. So I can do all sorts of fun stuff. Now you're probably thinking, oh, good for you, Siam. But there is a great learning point and a little hack here. In business, a lot of business I see are in a downward spiral, okay? And this downward spiral maybe started off by some unforeseen event, lockdown or whatever. And so you get a kick in the balls, and then people react to a kick in the balls or kick in the boobs. I've got to be equal these days, right? So, and then you make poor decisions. So people then go, oh, okay, I'm going to cut staff. Or when you cut staff, you lose valuable resources and knowledge and help. And so, and then you stop your marketing or sales, and then you end up in this downward spiral to the point you go bust. So if you're in business, you must be obsessive of outward expanding spirals, not downward spirals, okay? So whenever I make a decision, I literally, for a split second, think to myself, is this a downward spiral activity or action, or is it an expanding spiral? Eventually, you'll just train your brain just to instantly know. And so you've got to work on expanding spirals. And so here's the thing. You can apply your own profits to business, and you can boom your business. So you always need, I like bolting on assets and squeezing each asset into things. So you have some business capital, right? Or some business profits. Plonk it into Ohm. Ohm is going to give you cash flow, and you can use that cash flow for adverts, marketing, salespeople, business development managers, whatever you want. Whatever gets you money in your business. More ads means bigger profits for your business. Guess what? More profits you can dump into Ohm. Interesting cycle here. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And then, moon, baby. So that is a really good sort of expanding spiral where you can tie in your Ohm to, yeah, I mean, put it this way. Take VAT, controversial topic here. You don't own VAT, right? You're simply holding it for the crown, and then you're passing off through every quarter. Well, at the moment with Ohm and some other spin-offs, you basically break even, as in you double your money every 60 days. Or with Time, another one, that you double your money in 42 days. You could maybe put your VAT money in, double it, and then pass it through. That's not financial advice. But there's more. There is more, believe it or not.